Hello, people of the world. It is Sunday, July 9th. The time is 8:02 p.m. I have no idea what the hell the temperature is. Let's take a look. It is apparently 23 degrees Celsius here in the Great White North. I see Sheena Roberts in the house, Janice Pike, Jennifer Gala, Wesley Torres, Brad Palmer, Who's Job, Vivian Johnson. George is here. Gordon Freeman's here. Wesley is here. The happy-go-lucky one. Jellybean, Marie Palmer, Stephen Collins, etc., etc. Thank you for tuning in. I see Boom Graham here. Great Jay's comeback today. Novell Koss. I heard a little rumor that you did a live stream, Boom Graham. We might take a look at that. Wesley says I said his name twice. Maybe I'll say it 4 more times. Wesley is here. Wesley Torres is here. Wesley is here in the chat. And one more time for Wesley. Lisa is here. Justin Haas says it's raining tacos. It's not even raining anything here. Anyways, it's been a while since I've had an adult beverage on the stream. I had several last night. Let's kick this one off with a Creemore Premium Lager, 5% alcohol. Yes, and I learned that from watching YouTube videos, the word touristic is a word. The word touristic is a word. Anywho, cheers to everyone. Happy Sunday. So you'll notice in the title of the video, it says there's a directorial debut. What I did was I gifted one of these cameras to a viewer, and their son went out and made a video. So we're going to play that video today in the background. That's what I meant by it's their directorial debut. I think he did an excellent job making his own walking video. So we'll be watching that. And other than that, I really don't have anything else planned. I put that we'll do comments later on as well. Kind of had a bit of a rough weekend, back-to-back nights, getting a little messed up. Pretty productive. I did the live stream Friday. I made a video Friday. Yesterday, I made 2 videos, including the salsa on St. Clair, which apparently was absolutely mopped. It wasn't mopped when I went, but I heard it was insane, and there's some pictures on Reddit that shows it's insane, so I did that. Today, I went out, had some brunch, and then I made another video. So I'm loaded up on videos for the future, which is good because they'll be going away soon. You want to have extra videos lined up. Unknown says, when is John going to do a vacation video? Who's John? I don't know any Johns. Anyways, let me get this thing off the screen here. Get the weather off. If you are new to the channel, this is just kind of an informal hangout chat. Feel free to chat amongst yourselves. Ask me anything and everything. Anything goes. If I don't want to, well, not anything goes, but almost anything goes. If I don't want to answer one of your questions, I won't. But if I get drunk or high enough, I usually will. I'm available now. I've avoided Twitter like the plague, but now I am on Threads. I've made one thread. Tweet? I don't know what you call it, but here, let's see. I posted this poll on Strides. Have you joined Threads yet? Threads yet? Yes, no. Not sure. All right, let's see. Are you on Threads yet? Basically, it's like the Meta's version of Twitter, but it's actually got a whole lot of traction, and it's I think people are just so happy to like get off of Twitter that even though it's not that good, I think people are making it good just by virtue of it not being the cesspool that is Twitter. But yeah, the feed is kind of random. It's not like in chronological order, which is weird. And it's like partially people that I follow and a whole lot of people and things I don't follow. Like, it's pretty weird. I'm still getting used to it, but they're definitely going to figure out. It's definitely got more traction than any other of the Twitter competitors, like whether there's Blue Sky and Mastodon. So I missed the whole boat on Twitter just because I've always seen it as like this toxic cesspool. But I'm gonna give Threads a go. We're gonna stay there. So let's see how this turns out. Let's let all of our social media go into the hands of just one company, right? Company. Is that scary? They own Facebook. They own Instagram. They own WhatsApp. Like the three big apps on most people's phones. I don't use Facebook, but I know a lot of people do. And now they've got their Twitter competitor. So Bash Brannigan asking, does a big corporation own Threads? People say only Elon Musk could make Mark Zuckerberg seem cool again. Jeanette Morales, $7 for a late night snack to go with your adult beverage. Thank you, Jeanette Morales, for the $7. And while we're just kind of in a hanging out, chatting mood, let me fire up that video from the new the next Martin Scorsese.
For a late night snack to go with your adult beverage. Winking face.
There is going to be no volume, I believe, in the video. There we go. Thank you, Jeanette. But this was not filmed by me, but this is the directorial debut of a future Toronto Walker. So the Ken Continuum, you better watch out. This is actually recorded with the same camera that the Ken Continuum uses. Gordon says, I know plenty of kids drink adult beverages. A lot of them drink this beverage called Prime by like that scammer Logan Paul. Yes, scammer. Apparently it says it's not for like child consumption right on it, but he's got like all these kids really wanting to drink it, which is kind of nuts because it's not healthy. And you're like actually supporting an actual scammer. If you don't believe me, look up CoffeeZilla's series on Logan Paul. He owes millions of dollars he has not paid back. But anyways, yeah, this is just a walk around East York, not East York, Riverdale, while we hang out, kind of like the old school way I used to do these streams. Let's see how the poll is doing. 15% say yes, 66% say no. They are not on Threads yet. 8% not sure, and 11% of you lick sidewalks. That is a astonishingly high amount of people who lick sidewalks. We've had 62 votes, so 11% of that is like 5.5 votes. 5.5 of you lick sidewalks. That's pretty disgusting, actually. Ugh. So, what's coming up? So this weekend, I skipped out on Taste of Lawrence. I know Sapand went there. Cameron says, what's one spot in Toronto that you would never walk, as in most dangerous? Honestly, there's nowhere I wouldn't walk. There's no particular... There's places where... Bash Brannigan says, did the kid not do sound? He might have been talking with his parent, so I just muted it for the sake of... Let's not reveal. It's his first time, and I think he's doing an Hey, he caught a squirrel. Did you see that? We just caught a squirrel. Let's reverse that for a sec. Check that out. Some nature action. Some nature action. Lisa says, reminder to change the title of that live. I haven't even updated the thumbnail on it yet. Novell Cost says, one spot I wouldn't walk is the middle of the 401. Absolute most dangerous. Oh, yeah, we were talking about most dangerous spots in Toronto. Really, no. I think it's really just a matter of using your common sense. If you see people that you're going to be uncomfortable around, go to the other side of the street. You know, maybe not hold your camera on a gimbal in front of them. It sounds cliche to say, like, don't go to Dundas and Sherbourne. But really, like, I've walked right through there with a camera in hand countless times. Never had an issue. Same with Queen and Sherbourne. If anything, I've had kind of like fun interactions with people that have been friendly. Never had anything scary. So yeah, for me personally, yeah, there's nowhere I wouldn't go. Jane and Finch, not dangerous at all. Like, I think we're pretty lucky to live in such a safe city, to be honest with you. But yeah, use your judgment. If you see people you're uncomfortable with, avoid them. Just pretty common sense. Boom Graham says 2:30 Sherbert. I think they're kind of asking for it because they set that camera up, and most of those videos are like people breaking into their property to like rip the camera down. Bash Brannigan says Toronto doesn't have the hoods like in the US. Yeah, I mean, we've had a few high-profile incidents. Obviously, there was the stabbing last week, and then the very unfortunate shooting on back-to-back days. But incidents like that in like American cities that are big are like so common they don't even make the news a lot of the time. So we're still pretty fortunate to be living here. So let's not call Toronto Gotham or anything crazy like that. I think those are intense overreactions to Toronto not being safe. The stats, the numbers don't lie. You are overwhelmingly safe here, but you do have to use your common sense. I hope that answered the question. You're free to disagree with me if you want, but that's just my take on it. But I fully understand when people say there's areas they wouldn't go or wouldn't go alone or wouldn't go at night. If that's not within your comfort level, don't do it. Don't do it. Tom Bike says we do have a few sketch intersections. U.S. cities have block after block of sketchy areas. Yeah, and they've got like Skid Row areas. Like a lot of people are avoiding Allen Gardens these days, saying that's kind of a no-go zone. And I don't think I would disagree with that. Like you go in there and there's like needles on the grass and tents with signs saying this is private property, don't come here. And there's been actual murders in that park and people feel incredibly unsafe. So I don't think anything's going to happen to you if you walk through Allen Gardens. It's probably fine. But yeah, that place definitely needs a proper cleanup because it is no longer a public park that is welcoming to the public. Bash Brannigan says, does the camera have stabilization? Looks pretty good. Yeah, it is my original DJI Pocket 1 camera. So I think he's doing an excellent job. I think it's tilt locked, so the horizon level will stay the same. Devin says, places you should avoid in Toronto, the middle of the train tracks, the storm sewers, standing in the middle of the Gardner isn't a good idea either. Or the 401 or the 427 or the DVP or any one of the super stroads. Skywalking is here saying, hey, everyone. Clayton Crawford is here. Clayton, how are the book sales going? We gotta get a copy of that book. Tom Bike says, didn't know that about the Allen Gardens. Yeah, it is extremely sad what is happening there. In fact, there's been, I think every major media outlet has covered it at some point recently. Tom Bike says, it's in Ken Continuum land. Yeah, it's actually Ken Continuum lives in the Garden District. The Allen Gardens are in the northeast corners. Bash Brannigan says, be careful of sewers. They eat earbuds. Hey, I've got 2 working AirPods Pros now. This guy... I was able to get them synced. I was able to... Hey, my camera just froze. Let me see if we can unfreeze that. Why did my camera just freeze? One sec, guys. I gotta reconnect my camera. I gotta reconnect my camera. Something... Oh, there we go. I think we're working. It reconnected. Lisa says, at least your face is blocked. Diane says, homelessness is a multifaceted issue and it's become more... Yeah, I mean, we need to... It's a hugely multifaceted issue with a million things we should be doing better. But at the same time, a public park should be a place you can take your kids or your dog for a walk, or just go for a walk yourself and not be threatened in any way, shape, or form. It is a public space, right? It is not the space of people who are unwelcoming to other people. So I think that, first and foremost, is something we can do, at least. How to do that humanely, I don't know. That's why I'm not even trying to be mayor, but yeah, that's... Allen Gardens definitely needs to be returned to the public. Lisa says, my parquet is now an encampment. And I think that this is, I don't know, this is a case of a bad few spoiling it for the many. Like, most people probably just want to exist. They probably have nowhere else to go. So a tent in a park doesn't seem that harmful, doesn't seem like that big a deal. And if that was truly the case, it wouldn't be a big a deal. It's the few people that cause the violence, that abuse and harass people just going to the park, that litter their needles around, that ruin it for everybody else who is just simply trying to live. So I don't know the answer, but I think that's sadly the case. If it was just friendly people chilling in a park, like, who would care? Like, right? Like, I think that would be a-okay. And that's probably the vast majority of people. Anyways, I am not prepared to talk about this anymore. Cheeseburger with fries says, favorite street photographer. I don't know about street photographer, but Jay Ghazi on Instagram is my favorite Toronto photographer. Because Lisa's got a pretty happening Instagram account as well. Lisa, if you want to share a link to your Insta, you may, but Jay Ghazi is definitely up there. I met him at the auto show, and I met him a few times as well. Lane says, what's the adult beverage of choice tonight? Hey, we're walking in a Lane Way, coincidentally enough. We're drinking a Creemore premium lager. Deval Cost likes the Black House. This is an area that is in dire need of density and intensification because it's very close to line 2. So we're starting to see some multiplex applications pop up. And a lot of these laneways, we're starting to see more laneway homes. Really what we need to see, sorry to say to a lot of the residents, are like 3- and 4-story walk-ups going in, particularly around Danforth where line 2 is. It's just, in a city with a housing crisis, to have like such low density housing is ridiculous. And these NIMBYs fight tooth and nail against anything. They're fighting a tower at PAPE because more housing is bad. I don't know. But it's cool to see these like laneways start to get filled in. This laneway in particular has a few really cool laneway houses, and there's a few under construction right now. So I think that is an idea for a future video, is to cover that. Wesley says, how many European countries have you been to, Johnny? Ask me again in a year, and this will not be the answer. Matt Bro says, this is a good video location. Also goes well hand in hand with you talking as well. All right. Thank you, guys. 20% have joined Threads, 64% no, 8% not sure, and only 9% of you lick sidewalks. Let's do a poll here. Do you want to see more videos like this one? Should I pay this little guy to make us some more videos for the background of these streams? Yes, no, or donuts. If the majority votes yes, then we will have more videos like this in store. Devin says, I love how much green space there is tucked around that laneway. Yeah, it's very pleasant, all the greenery. I just wish there were more, or was more density. It was more of a Montreal-esque kind of neighborhood. Clayton Crawford says, is sidewalk licking a new Canadian Olympic sport? No. Val Cost was going to join Threads, but the local sidewalk distracted you. All right. Should more videos like this be made? 70% of you, 78% of you say yes, 6% say no, and 17% are voting for donuts. Jeanette says yes and donuts. Are you going to watch Musk versus Zuck, assuming it will happen? If Musk versus Zuck happens, I think even though Zuckerberg is smaller, I mean, he's actually training for it. He's probably going to wipe the floor with Musk. But we'll see. I will absolutely be watching it. Which area of Toronto reminds you of Montreal? Why did so many people vote for donuts? Wonders somebody out there. I don't know. But with 57 people voting, 78% voted yes for more videos, 7% said no. So what I'll do is I'll talk to the parent of this little video, future Steven Spielberg, and we'll see if we can get some more videos featured. Maybe some creative videos. JD says, did you see 22 Parks got the approval for consuming alcohol? Yes. Here's 22 Parks, according to Toronto Parks and proposed pilot program allowing alcohol consumption. Here's the list. Yes, there may be a video on this coming up. But this says Toronto's economic, yes, I say economic, not economic, and Community Development Committee has proposed a time-limited pilot program to City Council that will allow the public consumption of alcohol in 22 parks into the fall. The committee met to discuss the pilot program on Thursday. How can we have a city that allows this but doesn't allow e-scooters as part of the pilot project run by the... anyways. City Council is considering the plan that would see alcohol permitted in parks in designated wards from August 2nd to August 9th. So this really is like a super limited pilot program. Alcohol in parks will be allowed in Eglinton Park. Woohoo! That is like right down the street for me. Although truthfully, I'd rather just sit on my balcony. But Earl's Court in Ward 9, that is way over on St. Clair West. Dufferin Grove Park, right across the street from Dufferin Mall. Campbell Avenue Playground and Park around Davenport. So that's not too far from the Dufferin Grove Park. Dovercourt Park itself, that's kind of just northwest of Ossington. Roundhouse Park, that is awesome. That is right across the street from the Sky Dome. Trinity Bellwoods Park. If they didn't put Trinity Bellwoods Park on this list, people would just be like, what the hell is even the point? Christie Pitts Park, another one, kind of like Trinity Bellwoods North. Queens Park, that's awesome. Sir Winston Churchill Park, that's an awesome park right off of St. Clair West. Corktown Common. Greenwood Park. Riverdale Park East, interesting. Riverdale Park West is not on the list. Withrow Park is on the list. Monarch Park, which is more east of Withrow, is on the list. Skymark Park, oh, we're really getting out of the core. Lee Lifeson Art Park in Willowdale is on the list. Willowdale getting some rep. East Toronto Athletic Field, Milliken Park, Nielsen Park, Underpass Park, there's a cool one, Morningside Park. So, thank you, Toronto. Drinking alcohol in public is like allowed in so many places, and it's not a problem. It's a problem with the type of people who are going to do it anyways. So, I mean, let's get with the program and let adults be adults. I think this is pretty cool. And let the police do actual police work instead of harassing people drinking out of a can sitting in a park. Like, this is a win-win for everybody. I think it's cool, and hopefully it gets to stay. Julie says, wasn't something proposed just recently about adding scooters to the bike bylaws or something? I don't know, but in order to allow e-scooters, they have to sign up to the provinces. The province is actually running a pilot for e-scooters. And Ottawa is on board, Mississauga is on board. All these big major cities across Ontario are on board. But Toronto is not, which is incredibly disappointing. But I'll have to look into that, Julie. Lane says you should really be able to drink wherever you want. When I lived in Germany, we would walk home from work with the beer in hand. It was amazing. Yeah, same in Korea when I lived there. Like, people would go to convenience stores and like buy the beer, then sit at like a plastic table set up in front of the convenience store. Like, I don't know. When you're not making videos, what is your favorite pastime, says Cameron? Lately planning trips and vacations. I've got a big big trip that I'm working on, which you'll know about within a month. But I used to play softball. I don't play softball anymore. I used to like ride my bike all over the place. I don't really do that. This is like a 60, 70 hour a week job. So I guess, I don't know. Let me get back to you when I figure out what the hell it is I do with my life outside of YouTube. Donaku says cause problems on transit. I don't think so. There's already people like drinking out in the open on transit. And the type of people that cause problems are not fazed by alcohol laws and will be doing it anyways. Like, it's not going to be, I don't think it's going to contribute whatsoever to any problems in public. Devin says it's become the same with their outdoor no smoking ban here. I roll. Are you glad that Ontario is going to start teaching kids cursive handwriting again? I have no opinion on that. I learned cursive handwriting. I can't even like print anymore. Like if someone hands me a piece of paper and they're like, you need to write on it, I just feel like I haven't, like it's illegible even if I try to print it. So I don't know. JD says the amount of e-scooters in Toronto, you would think it's legal. I think even the police are like, we got better shit to do than crack down on this. Or we have nothing else to do, but we're still not going to do it anyway. It might be more like it. Would these park drinking laws allow liquor or just beer? I'm not sure. We'll have to look into that. But hopefully anything goes. I don't know. The Ottawa Wanderer says, I see no problem with drinking on transit unless they are too drunk, loud, or violent. Ideally, we should just get to the point where if you're an adult, you can consume a beverage wherever you want. But who knows? Who knows? Do you want more videos like this playing in the background? 68% said yes. 8% said no. 23% voted for donuts. Thank you for polling, guys. Skywalking says, I don't even know how to write in cursive. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I forgot. And I would just kind of like stylize my printing for the most part. Oh, I have done it. I have gone completely naked on my phone. No case anymore. We're going case free, screen protector free. So I am officially living life in the wild and going without any protection at all. Gonna be a wild man, no protection. Let's see how that works. Novelcost says food and beverage on transit is kind of gross. I think a drink or a snack is fine, but yeah, if they're like making a mess or if it's wafting odors, that's not cool at all. But if you're just like eating a chocolate bar, drinking your Starbucks, who cares? Just don't spill it or spill it on anyone. Just my consent or my consent, my take on that. Mike T says I'm left-handed, so I can't write very well anyway. Robert says Johnny's going commando. Anyways. So our viewer, who I believe I saw in the chat earlier, Boom Graham, who's at 80 subscribers. Let's show Boom some love. Let's give him some more subs. Toronto living foodie, exploring restaurants, and believes that organic peanut butter is stupid. There is a hilarious YouTube channel description. Toronto living foodie, exploring restaurants, and believes that organic peanut butter is stupid. Boom has a channel. As you can see, he covered Woodbine Beach today in an upload. Toronto Outdoor Art Festival, mission for macaroons, lunch at the Diner's Corner, Q107 corn at Woodbine Park. So if you want some Toronto content, he's also got a bunch of YouTube shorts up. But he went live today from Woodbine Beach. I thought about going down to the beaches today, but I didn't. Mike T says I've never had a case on my phone. I just don't drop it. Yeah, but at least this one is kind of like plasticky. Like it's got a little bit of grip to it. Like metal phones and glass phones just feel like a wet bar of soap, and they're designed to go flying out of your hand and get destroyed. Skywalker says you should go to the island. Yeah, I'm hoping to go to the island. Anyways, boom. What?
Hello, Yogi.
Oh, we're streaming in 720. Yogi was in the chat. Yogi cheating on me.
Welcome.
I see Yogi in Ken's streams too.
I have brought
Yogi is a cheat. What are you drinking?
some delicious strawberry lemonade.
There's got to be something else in that lemonade. You know, Boom Graham, see how it says Prism Live on the bottom right here? You can turn that off. There's a setting in Prism. I don't know if you're using Android or iPhone, but there is a setting in Prism where you can disable that. Brad Palmer as well. I think I've seen that on your streams. You can find it in the settings if you just play around and turn that off, the watermark, and then it won't say that on your screen. Anyways, I'm going to give you a like. Boom. You're at 80 subscribers. What are you at now? Did we get you a few more? 81. Come on, guys. A few more people. Sign up. I decided not to do a walking video. You're using the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Did you turn on image stabilization within Prism? Because you can move around pretty good on that. Let's see. Were there other videos on the Toronto Salsa Festival 2023? Full walkthrough. TD Salsa on St. Clair Festival 2023 by Alekwak, posted 11 hours ago. Alekwak TD and Salsa Festival 2022. Why are these showing up before my video? My video isn't... Where's the Johnny Strides video? My Taste of Little Italy showed up. I can't find my own video. Is it that unsearchable? Oh well. I guess the Johnny Strides video is not turning up. Even though it's getting a fair bit of views. It's over 5K. Anywho, Lisa says a humbling moment. One thing I did, you'll notice at the end of my videos, I changed my end screen. According to the sign there, it's only 22 degrees Celsius, but my phone said 24. Anywho, thank you for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Check this out. Yoink. Do you guys like the scrolling for the Patreon and channel members? I thought, let's just show some support and love for everyone who supports what I do, because I was looking over the numbers and it really makes like a massive difference. Lisa doesn't like it. Jellybean change the title. Change which title are we talking about now? Sanjay says I like it. Tom Bike's not really. Skywalking likes it. Andrew S is there twice. Did I list someone to... Oh, yeah. And this one has a capital N. Guys, we'll fix it. Mike T sees his name. He's famous. This is early days on this. But this is what I did last week. Do you likey the new end screen? All right, I've added a poll. Sharon F twice. Novell Cost is there too with two different names. Brad Palmer likes it. All right, I'm going to tweak it. Guys, that was a first effort. I'm going to tweak it. I'm not very good with the editing things. Vivian Johnson, the CEO who approved and thumbed up the scrolling. Feels like the credits at the end of a movie. Bash Brannigan says, what video got 1 million views? This video here, Friday Night Walk in Toronto. I did this video. This says 2 years ago. It was really 3 years ago. And then every year on the same Friday in February, I have recorded the same walk. The same route, starting at the same place around the same time. And all 3 of those videos have done exceptionally well. So guess what I'm going to try this Friday? So there will be no Johnny Strides home stream on Friday night because I'm going to be doing my annual Friday night walk in downtown Toronto video. Donna Koo says, do you know why so many? I have an idea. But I'm going to be doing that one again this Friday. Skywalking says, can you please look into the stabbing on... People can look into that one. We've talked about depressing stuff enough already. Naughty Brown says it's a bit tacky. 69% like it. 12% don't like it. 19% of you going after donuts, which I spelled correctly this time. What's going on in Toronto as per the Reddit sub? So basically what I had planned for this stream was we're just going to go through comments. I haven't been through comments in a while. I've been slacking off on that. Toronto Police's in-house bar shutting down. I did not know they had a bar in their police station. And apparently multiple police officers, including one who was found with 2 bottles of rum that were open in his car after he crashed it, got it from this in-house bar from like the police headquarters. Like, how about go supporting a business and drinking out in public? I don't know. It just seems kind of weird that they would be doing that in their own little exclusive confines, like being subsidized by the taxpayers. I don't know. St. Lawrence North Market is indeed getting its green roof. That's cool. Oh, look at that. It's kind of like arching. And there's like a patch of grass on it. That's pretty cool. Suspect information and images released. Queen Street East and Carlaw Avenue. So tragically, on Friday at around 12:20, this lady was literally just standing on the street and got caught in the crossfire. I have not seen the images of the suspects. There's one of them. They did catch the guy who did the stabbing. There's the other one. That is not going to help anyone. That one. Suspect 1 is described as male, 25 to 30, tall, medium. Anyways, very, very sad stuff. Don't even want to speculate, but I have... Yeah, anyways, apparently there's like a safe injection site very, very near here, and that attracts people who deal in drugs because a lot of vulnerable people are in the area, and people who deal in that type of thing tend to have weapons. That seems to be the consensus from what I read on Reddit, but again, that's purely speculation as to what was going on here. But anyways, yeah, very, very tragic and sad. Definitely call the police if you have any information on that. Novelcost says it was nice. They had a bar to keep them occupied so they weren't in High Park harassing cyclists all the time. Hopefully these pieces of SHIT get found pretty quickly, like the guy on the subway did. Bike lane south on University has reopened. Totally sorted, not confusing. Must be the same guys who made... Yeah, apparently it's still a mess. There's the victim who sadly lost her life on Friday's shooting. So this apparently is the Salsa Festival. Do we have audio on here? I don't have audio. But look at that. It was not that busy or not that crowded when I went. That says one of the best street festivals in the city for sure. Pretty awesome stuff. Suspect in Eglinton subway stabbing arrested. Good. All right. Found an all-white dog at Hepburn and Dovercourt. Toronto in chaos as combination condo A&W weed stores gain sentience and overrun the city. That's got to be a Beaverton article. One sec. I got a cough. One sec. We're going to mute that. Turn me off. Mute the mic. That took me way too long. Please cover the Veg Fest on September 9th and 10th, says my Charles. Veg Fest. Is that on the list here? Cabbagetown Festival. Find your next vintage treasure or grab a snack at the local art. Is this what you're talking about? Boom Graham says Afrofest at Woodbine Park, which attracted many thousands over 3 days, finishes tonight. I didn't even know about that. Is that on the list here? Is that on the list? Well, apparently Boom Graham was there and recorded it. We have... No, Taste of Lawrence and TD Salsa. Bloor's West Street Fest is July 15th. Big on Bloor is also next week. So we've got 2 street festivals on Bloor next week. And we've got the Fun Philippines. Maybe I'll just do both of those at once in one big video. I'll just walk through one, hop on the subway, and go to another rather than make 2 videos out of it. I think that might be the best way. William says, question, when will you come to Oakville or Niagara Falls? I don't know about Oakville, but I should be in Niagara Falls somewhat soon. I do have a car booked at some point. Dream Wheels on Egg. Yeah, we've talked about this. I'm going to that one for sure. Anywho, let's apparently the filmographer was quite excited to see his video. That is word on the street. So thank you guys for the positive feedback on that. Do you like the new end screen? 66% said yes, 12% no, 22% donuts. Okay, let's get some comments up here. We're just going to scroll through the comments. Hey, we're at 170 viewers. Thanks, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and all that stuff. If I seem a little out of it, that's what 2 nights of getting a little messed up back to back will do. I do plan on taking tomorrow as like a fully recharged day. So we'll be ready to go Tuesday. Go Trains versus TTC is one more reliable. Go Trains, hands down, in terms of more reliable. Still not perfect, but that's not a very, very high bar. Naughty Brown says, what have you taken tonight? Nothing. Just this beer. I had a smoothie for breakfast. Then I had French toast for a late, or for I guess lunch. French toast, fries. You can see that picture on Instagram. And then I did another smoothie for dinner. Let me get the comments up here. Maple Dubs, did you watch UFC 290? I watched the last 2 fights because those were the 2 fights I was interested in. And yes, Israel Adesanya is an idiot. And I was not surprised. I think Robert Whittaker is kind of going through what like Gegard Mousasi is going through at this stage in his career. Like, sorry, you're no longer what you used to be at middleweight. I was not surprised by that loss. And who didn't see Volk like destroying Yair? Who didn't see that? It's cool to see Volk wrestle, though. We don't see a whole lot of that. Anyways, let's get this up. Dark Glass says, in response to an old compilation, I live and breathe the city of Toronto. I pretty much recognize every location in the video because I bike everywhere. One thing that saddens me is the roads everywhere in the city are so very damaged because they take a beating from heavy vehicles on a daily basis. That is true. William says I'm his favorite YouTuber. Thank you. Sorry, Novelkos. Sorry. Robert says Fresca is an underrated soda. You have my picture on your home screen of your phone, William. How nice is that? I've been away for 5 months. I see nothing has changed. LOL. God, I don't want to go back. This video, downtown Toronto Dead Mall, is like blowing up. It is getting like, still after all this time, it's getting like 5,000 or 6,000 views a day. Like, this is going to end up as like probably my biggest video of the year if it surpasses that Songkran video I did in Thailand. But I think it might already be past it. Like, it is hauling ass. Surely someone can blame Olivia Chow for this. Insert sarcasm here. Yes, there are already people like blaming Olivia Chow who hasn't actually done anything yet. I call those people the Twitter crowd. Excelente Kaminhada. I don't understand that, but it seems like a nice comment. I'll heart that. I walked through this mall today on my way to Marshall's and Canadian Tire. It was, as always, dead. Has been for years. That is true. Wait, there's a mall under Aura. I don't know if it's really a mall, but I called it a mall in the video because dead mall is like a very searchable term. Nice video. Thanks for showing the Salsa Festival. Always like to do a token reply every once in a while. George says, excellent walking. Thank you, George. Always late for the party. At least I can catch up by watching Johnny Strides. Thank you, Johnny. You're welcome, John Lamb. Guys, what did my foot just kick? I just tried to put my feet up and I kicked something. This is awkward. Dead malls are everywhere, not just in Toronto, San Fran, New York, New Jersey, Seattle, Shanghai. Yeah, but a lot of those malls started off as like not dead malls. This mall like was dead from day one and it never picked up. Okay, so this is a response to my Pride Toronto Street Festival walk. Appreciate what you're doing, but please don't censor what we can or not see. Show it the way it is. We're not children and we've seen it before. Thank you. So this video had full frontal male nudity in it, which is a community guideline violation for YouTube. So I blurred out those areas. A, there are children watching. B, I don't think that is necessarily appropriate for children to see that on YouTube. Certainly would be blocked out 99% of the time on any other channel. And I don't want to get in trouble. So, showing what, how do I say this? If I didn't blur certain scenes, I would have been hit with a community guidelines strike and been at risk of losing my channel. Not worth it. There we go. That's just a fair reply. Bash Brannigan says blurring is minimally censoring. Yeah. Jane Jaran says, try some Twisted Tea's mango flavor. They're amazing. Cheers.
Try some Twisted Tea's mango flavor. They're amazing. Cheers, clinking beer mugs.
Thank you, Jane Jaran. I will have to try that. Tony says, it's okay. YouTube allows educational content. Have you seen that Kevin Leonardo Dare video? No, but I know what you're referring to. Tony, Ken Continuum posted, he received a community guidelines strike on his first upload of the street festival. I have no idea how I avoided it, but I immediately applied those blur filters after the fact to the scenes that I didn't catch ahead of time. And fortunately, the video just went on as normal and I didn't get in trouble. JD says, have you ever flown standby to Asia? No, I have never flown standby at all, actually. True story. I had tickets to fly standby like 2 months ago, and those plans fell through. Great video. What camera setup are you using? Matt Bros says, is the on-screen super chat announcement a Prism feature? No, it is not. That is some secret behind-the-scenes sauce. I use OBS for that. I don't stream from home through Prism. That is definitely, if you're doing like any type of streaming from home, use OBS. It is so astonishingly simple and so much more powerful than Prism. Anyways, great video. What camera are you using? DJI Pocket 2. There's a very to the point. Thanks, Johnny, for taking us along and showing us the festival. Thank you, Maroof. Interesting festival. Thank you for your video. Yes, those Harley bike people sure do like to be noticed. Are you Johnny Strides at 9:45? That's when someone asked me. I walked with you, Johnny. Not one example of salsa. Thank you. Every other mix of South American type, including Mexicoff. I came to view salsa. I would have been disappointed being a woman who loved the dance salsa and would go to a salsa club just for that purpose back in the day in Toronto. Yeah, I imagine at some point there was salsa music and salsa dancing. It's also just the name of the festival, but I was there for like a 20-minute snapshot in time. So don't say there was no salsa at the salsa festival just because the 20 minutes that I like whisked through it, it didn't show. But anyways, another great video. Thank you. There's Brazil in headdress and sexy costumes. Okay. There's people in shoes. Like, we're just stating the obvious. More music and dancing and bright dresses swirling, not salsa. I am still waiting. Traditional costume, not... Okay, this person is just taking issue with everything. We're just going to scroll by. Jane says, I think everyone should try them. Definitely after my shift tonight. I'm going home to some. Good night all. All right, Jane. Thank you for the support and the super chat. And we'll all have to try some Twisted Tea's mango flavor. Hopefully you're not like a marketing rep at that company trying to get bonus points, but we'll take your word for it. That's legit. See Toronto Walk and Drone, who posted a video, Taste of Lawrence, preview Midway rides, Yonge Street, Toronto, 5 days ago. See Toronto Walk and Drone says, good morning, everyone. This Joni Mitchell person is literally just like spamming my comments. The first stage is not salsa music or salsa dancing. Salsa, the dance nonstop until this person is really, really, really like upset that they didn't get to see salsa dancing. Nice post. Thank you. I'm glad you put the camera higher for a better perspective, especially good for the crowded areas. Thank you. And you have been subscribed to my channel for 7 months. Awesome. Raj says, hi. Wonderful festival. Looks like a fun event. I thought the stilt walkers with the drums at 1735 was a nice touch. They were neat. Headless chicken. Are you going to cover Afrofest or Caravana? Hopefully Caravana. Yeah, I didn't know about Afrofest. Lisa says my comments have been so nice. Yes, there's nothing juicy here. Oh, I spotted my husband and son. Hey, at least you know he was up to what he said he was up to, right? You didn't have to like FaceTime him or be suspicious. Sapan says, good morning, Johnny. Great tour of the Salsa St. Clair Street Festival. Lisa says, you hate it. You know, there might be a correlation between me getting away from doing YouTube shorts and the sort of toxic flavor of comments going away. I think there's just some weird correlation there. Boom Graham says, your video of the Pride Parade was awesome with the very tall selfie stick. Yeah, it was. I want to do that video again next year, but I want to phrase it as more of like the Pride Parade crowd experience, because I didn't really focus on the parade as much as I just kind of like showed off how impressively awesome the crowd was from end to end on the parade. Jellybean left a comment. All right, Jellybean. Jeremy says, when is the next e-bike ride on Yonge? Question mark, question mark, question mark. You know what, Jeremy? I should probably get up and do one from like Steele's all the way down to the lake, right? I am going to add that to my list of videos to do. I just opened up Google Docs. Where's my to do? Untitled Oakwood Salsa Charles Toronto video ideas. Walks to plan. E-bike rides. Steals to the lake on Young. There we go. That has been added to the list. Thanks for the reminder. That's one I've been meaning to do and wanting to get around to for quite a while. Thank you
Johnny,
for the question.
I am going to try a Fresca soda. You should too.
Rachel Doobie. $5. Johnny, I'm going to try a Fresca soda. You should too. I have not had Fresca in forever. It's been so long since I've had Fresca. But thank you so much for the $5, Rachel. As I start to lose my voice, I will definitely try to get a handle on that. Thank you for the 5. Lisa used to have her Fresca at Beppy's, Beppes. Jellybean says, "Hi, Johnny." Hello there, Jellybean. Did I reply satisfactorily to your comment? Thank you. It looks like this one. Back in the day before that building was built, there was always a dude with no legs and arms panhandling on the sidewalk at that corner of Yonge and Gerrard. Okay. Some comments are best just to keep scrolling and move on. But thank you. Beepa is how you pronounce it. Wesley says, I have TikTok and it ain't hard to tell how toxic it is. Yeah, TikTok, I stopped doing TikToks. Jellybean says, spelled your name wrong. Did I spell your name wrong? Oh, yeah, I did. Now it's going to say that I edited my... Reminds me of World on Young, which is set up the same way, but it's like 4 stories of this, not downtown, but near a bustling part. I know exactly where World on Young is. That is just north of Young and Steeles, actually. Jellybean has unsubscribed. You better resubscribe at once. Bash Brannigan asks, is Little Portugal represented here? Little Portugal is nowhere near here. I don't believe so. Little Portugal is much to the south of here. Maybe it was. This is my video, Gerrard, Dundas, and Encampments. I lived in this area for several years around the mid-'80s to 90s, and the stories I could tell. Thanks for bringing me back and taking me along. You're welcome. Wesley says, let's hope you put my name right, because I commented as well. Wesley just dropping a comment. Is this what we're doing? Hello, Mr. Strides. How are you doing? Hello, Mr. Torres. I do great. And you? All right, you seriously don't have to reply to that. All right. Sheena says, thanks. I scrolled down a little too far. Salsa, the dance nonstop for... Okay. Ugh, I wish I was a morning person. Is salsa in the vid's title the food or the dance? It's the dance, Bash Brannigan. I wish I was a morning person. I just woke up and saw this thumbnail on my notifications. Thought it looked interesting and decided to watch it. Thank you, Jason. You can watch it if you're a morning person or not. Dylan Reynolds says, good morning. COVID lies destroyed lives. Yeah, a lot of people lied and said it was harmless, and then they went out and got people they cared about sick, and those people died. So yes, COVID lies did destroy lives. Just scroll by that comment. Compared to what Regent Park was around Y2K, it's become somewhat picturesque. If you want a truly dangerous walk, try the Martin Grove corridor from John Garland to Albion. From Albion to Finch and Kendleton. Good luck. Maybe I'll have to try those. Maybe I'll have to try those routes. I'm just not super familiar with. That's way out west. I believe Albion. That's like northwest in the city, way up in Etobicoke. Maybe I'll make a whole video out of this, just showing how like silly this comment is. You know, walking down this barren sidewalk. Ooh, so dangerous. Maybe we'll go see. Montreal knows how to do malls downtown. So does Toronto. Toronto has the busiest mall in North America right downtown. So I'm not sure. We don't know either. This one is just awful. I'm not saying our Eaton Center is better than your Eaton Center, but our Eaton Center is way better than your Eaton Center, is what I'm saying. Path over Rezo 2. Suck it, Montreal, which is an awesome, awesome city. Why is the dangerous part in quotation? It is truly a very dangerous neighborhood. Statistically, not really. I put something statistically. I don't like to like stigmatize or like paint things in like a negative light. And I know Moss Park has like that reputation. So I just put it in quotation marks almost to just be like, play it down the middle. Like, yes, I acknowledged its reputation, but I'm not stating that it is because statistically it's not. It is what it is. Good morning, mates, and heard about the person who was stabbed. Ooh, Falcom is now caught, which is good news. Ooh, you brought back your comment. Lisa got the quotes. Jellybean says, I thought I was being ironic. I'm just like kind of acknowledging the elephant in the room. But, you know, there's people that live in that neighborhood. There's people that have lived there their whole lives and they've built friendships and memories there and they don't consider it dangerous. So who the hell am I to go and say you live in like a dangerous shithole? Like, especially when like on paper, it's still better than like the best neighborhood in some big American city safety wise. So yeah, I don't know. I just use the quotes as a way to like acknowledge it without stating that it is. I don't know. Did you do a Detroit walk yet? No, I have not. Carr says, oh, long comment. I seriously think I made the worst decision in my life choosing to go abroad to Toronto this fall semester. I had the chance to also go to the US. You're from a small town in Ireland, but thought I've never been there and heard so many great things about Canadians. As I've started to inform myself more in the city, I've really become delusioned. It's crazy how expensive and most of all crime-ridden the city is. Have you seen New York? It's much more expensive, much more crime-ridden. People from Toronto are like, but the U.S. has it so much worse. They do. That is such a lie. The U.S. might have more crime, but it's concentrated in hotspots and mostly not random attacks. Our random attacks are so infrequent. When there is one, it makes like the front page of the news, and it's a huge deal because they don't really happen that often. Like, that is why such a big deal is made of our random attacks. Toronto has so many random stuff going on like I've never read before in my life. It's just crazy. I thought Canada was supposed to be a safe country. I'm definitely thinking of just staying in Ireland and learning the lesson of never going there. I don't even know how to reply to this. I am quite certain that Toronto is vastly safer than just about every single major U.S. city. It's apples to oranges if you want to compare the two in that regard. It will be your loss for not coming. I don't know. What else can I say? No offense to our Americans, but stats don't lie. Boom Graham says, missed your video, but I remember a past Moss Park vid where you were recognized by several friendly people during the incident-free walk. During the day, it seems it's a totally enjoyable walk. Yeah, like, it's fine. I agree with you. Mr. Jerk, probably the greatest Jamaican food spot in all of Toronto. Watching this video takes me back a lot with so many memories. I'm going to skip the rest of your comment, but that's nice. Just reading some of your chats. It's not an actual mall, though. Just saying, yeah, I already acknowledged that, but... What saddens me is the lack of landscaping around the newer buildings. One side of the street and side streets have interesting old architecture with accompanying greenery. The other seems bleak. Haven't been around there in years. Keep it up. That's a fair criticism of Regent Park. Which I'm going to go back and do a video like just exploring Regent Park. Wow, amazing video, Johnny. As you always do, taking us on an extraordinary immersive tour of that beautiful city. A big hug. Thank you. Interesting video, a part of Central Toronto that I rarely go to. I once had a project that involved on-site reviews of the interiors of the Moss Park and Old Regent Park apartments for the former Metro Toronto Housing Authority. Was surprised at how clean the interior common areas were in these buildings. I didn't have any trouble from the residents, was concerned about vehicle safety. Hey, cool comment. I'm not going to read all of it, but that seems fair. And I would imagine the parking lots are like where the problems are, where it's probably not even the residents, but other people. I work on that block. I never go down there because it's pretty much empty. I've lived in Toronto all my life, worked downtown for 30 years, but have never been along Shooter past Bond. Thanks for the tour. There's always something to learn about our city. You're welcome. 6.5 minutes in, and I'm just depressed, or I'm depressed just looking at this. Anyways, I can't really quantify that comment. Everyone's saying muted. I would think that my live stream would be better if I was muted. So much better if everything I said. I think that would be better. You shouldn't be out in that snow, says this person. What happened to that comment? You shouldn't. What happened to that comment? You shouldn't be out in that snow. Where did that comment go? You shouldn't be out in that snow. You shouldn't be leaving stupid comments either. So I'm not allowed to go out and walk in the snow, but these people are allowed to be driving around, which is way more dangerous. Who are you to tell people what to do? That is one thing that bothers me, is when people tell other people what to do. Like, you just...
This is for your iced coffee in the morning.
Cameron Richard. Thank you, Cameron. Cheers to you. We're going to go get ourselves... You know what? I've got a package to mail tomorrow, and I've got to get that sucker off early. And I've got a return to Amazon to make. Don't worry, it's not the lavalier mic that I bought a new one to replace the old one. I'm not returning the old one. I'm returning the new one. I'm not returning the broken old one. The new one that came just doesn't work. So I got to return that. And I've got another package I have to return. So I will pick myself up a iced coffee in the morning tomorrow when I go out to do some package returning. Thank you, Cameron Richard. And I've got balcony furniture set up on my balcony, and I just bought like a little rug thing out there. So I'm going to chill on my balcony with the laptop, with the iced coffee tomorrow morning after I have taken my packages out. So thank you for the support and the super chat. Toronto is a dead city as Elizabeth II started cloning Toronto as traffic clones, pedestrian clones, and retail clones with her spirit in 2001 as a pushback against me as Natalie Hefferty as Queen of Canada, signing royal assent to the Oak Ridges Moraine Conservation Act in 2001.
This is the content I signed up for.
Jellybean. Thank you, Jellybean, for the $10. This is the content I signed up for. Cheers to you. Thank you, Jellybean. Glad you're getting the content you signed up for. Who is this person? Like, is this person nuts? Or, sorry, is that not? She used to order immigrants to move to Toronto and Richmond Hill, Hong Kong, Chinese, and Iranian, Persians. Okay. I don't often recommend people who leave comments to go get a therapist, but every once in a while I think it's a good idea, and I think whoever this person is should probably go talk to a professional about some stuff. Deborah, we have not seen or heard from Deborah in a long time. I was born and raised on Shooter Street. Sadly, my mother and father passed, so we decided to sell the house. I believe you live in the Beaches now. I never had any problems growing up, but now the crime rate there is high. I would say higher. I wouldn't say high. Thank you, Johnny, for making this interesting and enjoyable video. It was nice to see the area again and all the changes that have been made. P.S. Canadian musician Kim Mitchell and 1050 Chums John Major lived across the street from me. Super cool people to talk to. Glad you enjoyed the video, and long time no see. You know what? I left my apartment building today. I'll get back to this. Maria Bell, hey Johnny, like the way you're handling these comments. Boom Graham, $6.99. Here's some funds for some non-organic peanut butter to add to your morning smoothie. I recommend dark roast Jif. You know what? I use all natural peanut butter, but it is not organic. It is not Jif. It is the Selections brand from Metro, I think. Their store brand. George says organic peanut butter, yum.
Here's some funds for some non-organic peanut butter to add to your morning smoothie. I recommend dark roast Jif.
Dark roast Jif. Did I close this? Thank you, Boom Graham. Dark roast Jif creamy peanut butter. This is what we're being recommended. It's bold, it's rich, it's our new dark roast. Enjoy the taste of dark roasted peanuts with new Jif dark roast creamy peanut butter. I like the all natural peanut butter where it's all oily on top. So this is what I use. I usually get the store brand, but this is actually kind of cheap on Amazon right now. $5.48. It goes on sale for like $5.99 at Metro. You always got to check the size. No, that's 750 gram. That's the real one. But this is what I use in my smoothies, basically. The one where it's like all oil on the top. It's just, I've heard it's healthier. I don't know, but Boom Graham, because of your super chat, I think we're going to have to check out some Jif dark roast for the next batch of peanut butter when I order. Thank you. So this is in response to my video about the Ritz-Carlton. Gotta say, nothing about that place says high-end hotel. Generic interior design that you see everywhere. People with more money than brains simply paying for bragging rights to tell everyone they stayed at the Ritz. I don't know. I do think it was pretty high-end. I just don't think it was worth the premium as to what the person who stayed there paid to stay there. But I've been to my share of like 3 and 4 star hotels, and this is definitely like a cut above that. It truly is like a 5 star, at least in terms of service. If you don't like the finishes and stuff, that's subjective. All right, Claudia, have a wonderful night/day, everyone. Part of Dundas reminds me of Times Square, except with the crowds of people. But in the summer of 2020, it probably looked like this. Few people walking around. Love the cable cars. Okay, cable cars. Brandon N says, have you ever watched Bar Rescue with that big giant oaf who like just yells at everyone and flips his lid. Yes, I have watched Bar Rescue, and yes, I find it entertaining. So run down, so depressing and neglected. That is kind of the shops at Aura in a nutshell. Very nice tour, my friend. Sweet cheeks, what the hell is Threads? Naughty Brown, I think you know what Threads are by now, or Threads is. Thanks. Notice how almost every other comment is about this dead mall video because it's kind of blown up and it's getting tons of views. John Taffer should rescue some bars in Toronto, says Brandon N. John Taffer, that's his name. Sorry, I meant to turn off my video there for a sec. Lisa says Threads is drunk. It's still better than Twitter, right? It's still better than Twitter. Thanks for the video. Definitely not a happening mall. No surprise there. People with money generally have cars. Don't know about that in the city. Where does one easily park? The vast majority of people going to the Eaton Center did not drive there. And this is steps from the Eaton Center. When I visit Toronto, I go to a real mall that has parking. If you're subway your way there, how much are you going to buy? I'd be willing to bet everything that I own that over 90% of the people visiting the Eaton Center, you know, the busiest mall in North America, did not drive there. You do not need to accommodate cars in a downtown shopping mall. That's insane. This mall failed for other reasons. Lack of parking is not one of them. Signed, not an idiot. Okay. I don't know. There's my response. Maybe I went a little hard on that. Lisa says that's one hell of a bet, though, dude. You'd be shocked at the number of people. Yeah, there are a lot of people that drive there, but no. Jelly bean says salty. Oh, I got a cough again. Oh, let me mute my mic. I won't turn the video off this time, but I'll mute the mic. No, it's not COVID. I've already had COVID twice within the last year. Same as Henderson Mall in Coquelit. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. And we're just going to skip this. Can I translate that? Translate to English. The images show the wings of a large bird wanting to take flight, and as soon as it frees itself from the ground, it tries to stabilize itself in order to continue climbing. That's a pretty descriptive comment. Matt says there are times I drove from the beaches to the Eaton Center via Shooter Street. Yeah, and you would just keep driving straight into the mall, right? They displaced the residents so far from where the original low-income townhouses were that it was almost impossible for them to maintain their original jobs close to the new buildings, and therefore they found new jobs and never came back. So from the developers and city, I wouldn't doubt that's true. I just don't know. That's not in the official city narrative. Toronto is really boring. Ha! Rainbow, other flag, rainbow, rainbow. Okay. You somehow got around the emoji filter. Don't get me wrong. I'm all for downtown Toronto, but summer won't last that long. And if you can, please do other city walks in GTA till the great summer weather is here. I'll probably do a few, but truthfully, I am no fan of suburbia. LOL. Yeah, I realize I haven't really... Like last year I did Brampton. I've done downtown Oakville. I've done Port Credit. We went to Pickering. I haven't really got out so much this year. But we'll get to it. Maybe I'm just getting lazy. Lisa says go to Welland and jump off the bridge into the dam. Nobody can afford to eat at malls anymore. Welcome to Trudeau's Canada. I mean, I don't like the man either, but I'm pretty sure if somebody else was the prime minister, this mall would not be thriving. There would be no change. People with money also have cars, unless you... Okay, here comes this car person going on a rant about cars, but I'm sorry, but regardless as to who the prime minister of the country is, shit would be super unaffordable and no one would be shopping at this mall. He's like one of these people that blames every problem on Olivia Chow, right? Like, trust me, I don't like Trudeau, but there's so many comments that just blame every problem on the guy. It's like he had nothing to do with that, but go ahead, blame him. Sure. This person says, we live in a religious cult. Government is a form of slavery. The Canadian government is a total sham. We have all been had. So... anarchy is good? Really? Is that what you're saying? You don't want to have roads and libraries and schools and paramedics, fire stations, none of that stuff? That's all just going to happen without government? Some people, like I said, need to go see a therapist. Government is not perfect, but it is so much better than no government. You as pedestrian responsible for crossing and watching the cars, especially in storms. You realize that's what I was doing. Hence why I didn't die. Eye roll. I love it when, like, I'm the one who was paying attention and people are like, dude, you have a responsibility to pay attention. Yeah, that's what I was fucking doing. Watch the video. It's the drivers who... Anyways, let's move on. Keep up the fine work, says George Howard. Okay. What's Threads? Sheena says it's similar to Twitter. So with the last few videos, should we be calling you Johnny Danger Strides? Oh, I guess the last few were... not on the most positive of topics. Great videos. Keep them coming. Helps me deal with being homesick. You're welcome. Janice says goodnight. Don't worry, Janice. I'm not too far behind. That blue sign with no bikes just means the bike lane stops and you continue on the road. Doesn't feel like I'm supposed to be here, bro. You can bike everywhere you want. Nobody cares. Jelly Bean says that sounds like a Ripper name. Brandon says, with Threads on the rise, Elon is putting Twitter down the drain. I bet you, like, Facebook probably had, like, or Zuckerberg probably had, like, a Reddit replacement, too, just in case that, like, blackout lasted longer and he would have, like... Yeah, he's been waiting for this exact moment to, like, drop a Twitter replacement. Lisa has to go walk the dog. Later, YouTuber. Take care, Lisa. This is sad because if those stores were transformed into beds, we can put so much of the homeless population in there and use it as a hospital. Gosh, what a waste. Yeah, I don't think herding people into like a dingy basement is the best or most humane thing to do, but if it was used as like almost anything but the mall that it's being used at, it would probably be of some value to society. The whole area around Moss Park gets a bad reputation, but it's still a far cry from many American cities I've witnessed. Even East Hastings and Vancouver is worse. This is true. Which is kind of my point. William says, I hope you get lots of subscribers. Thank you. Did you know that you are totally destroying people's lives by following religion and government? They know not what they do. Have I ever openly followed any religion? Not that there's anything wrong with that. As long as what you're believing isn't destructive to others, you're free to believe whatever you want. I'm 100% for that. But I am certainly not openly following anything. And what? That's just my response. What with a question mark? What? In the 80s, I was walking down the street and Queen Elizabeth was coming out of the hospital. Never incurred any problems walking streets in the 80s. Queen Elizabeth was coming out of the hospital. Minicat says, is Toronto City Council still bloated? No. Boom Graham says, sounds like you're reading Twitter trolls. Great video. Enjoyed hearing the history of these neighborhoods. Thank you, Marty. Just showed this video to my dad this morning. He grew up here right in this area. I love comments like this. These are like my favorite kind of comments, actually. I don't know why. It's just like, makes me feel like a little verklempt. Been living downtown for about 4 years now, and if I hadn't seen this video, I would never have known about this mall. The selection of shops in the underground reminds me of a sketchy uptown mall way out in Oshawa or Richmond Hill, not a downtown one right next to the path. Fair comment. This person put, looks dangerous to me. Can I do the... There's my response, a facepalm emoji. TTC is a cult scam. They want people to ride their Jew canoe thing. I should have read that one in my head before I deleted the comment. Sorry, guys. Toronto has become a sewer. Would love to hear where you live. ... I really like it. Thank you for your thorough explanation. Ooh, glad you like my thorough explanation. This person says, nice, so beautiful. Looks like it's well kept. Thank you, Nana Dots. Hey, everyone. Love this ride. Beautiful. I agree with you about Ontario Place. I think it should be a family park or water park. I agree with you as well, Nana Dots. Nice walk. Thanks for the video. Kudos for supporting your local humane society. One of my favorite charitable causes, for sure. LOL, I like how you put dangerous in quotation marks. Great video. Thank you, Chatty Cathy. Chatty Cathy gets it. Mad says another great video. Good morning, everyone, and happy Saturday. Sapand TTC Explorer, one of the nicest people you will ever meet. Okay, there's an interesting comment. On that note, my head hurts. So we're just going to close this. And I'm probably just going to put my feet up and maybe have a coffee or tea. I'm not going to go into edibles. I did that last night. But I want to thank everyone for tuning in and hanging out tonight. How long has the stream been going for? We've been going almost an hour and a half. But I want to thank everyone. I want to thank the mods, all the Johnny Strides channel members, and Patreon supporters. It makes a huge difference. I will get you an exclusive video this month. And next month, I will get you an exclusive video from overseas. How about them apples? Naughty Brown says, I cheered you a bit. Thank you. I'm glad I could cheer you up a bit. Bash Brannigan says, this was fun. Thank you, guys. Yes, no typing test, no IQ test, no quizzes, no city guesser. We did things a little differently tonight. Who knows what will be in store for next Sunday? Hopefully, I'll be a little better rested. Jelly Bean says, have a good night. Toronto bands. Thank you, Brad Palmer, Sheena, and everyone else. Don't forget to like, subscribe to both channels, Johnny Strides and Johnny Stumbles. And I will be premiering a video tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. on the Johnny Strides channel. All right, guys, have a good night. And I will catch you on the next one. Not catch you on the next one. Catch you on the next one. Yoink.